Hey guys, welcome to Weekly Weird News, and this episode is sponsored by honey. We'll get to that later.
This week we've got a whole lot of stories for you from the world of science and medicine, all of which are upsetting and gross.
Put down the sandwich.
Let's start things off with one for the boys. In the course of your life as someone with a dick and balls, there may come a time where you find yourself at a fertility doctor's office being asked to go jerk yourself off into a little cup over in a room that's specifically designed for such a task, usually featuring racks of adult magazines to help facilitate everything. Now, whether it's for sperm donation, in vitro fertilization, or to check on how healthy your swimmy boys are doing, it's understandably an awkward task for a lot of the men who find themselves in that situation.
But for some, it's a turn-on. I've never had to do it yet, but, getting married soon, having kids down the line, hopefully one day, might have to go in there and pop out a few swimmers, see if their tail's broken.
Just see how things are going.
Yeah. They keep going in circles. It's weird. Anyways, this is not happening, this whole awkward scenario, over in China. Turns out for the last few years, their hospitals and doctors' offices have offered men a second, more modern option. Meet the Samui SW3701 automatic semen collector. Over here in the States, there's certainly been ways for a while for those of us who want to stick our dicks in a machine and be masturbated to completion to do exactly what this does, but with every new advancement in human-robot intercourse comes a new wave of anti-robot hysteria. When is it going to burn your house down?
Yeah, this country is founded by Puritans and, gosh.
In China, though, fucking a robot, it's not just acceptable, it is medicine.
Yeah.
This is a medical
doctor's
device. This is a medical device. And I am free to use this wherever I want.
It doesn't count as a checked bag. It's a medical device.
Yeah.
So this is a fuck robot. Yes? And?
Can you keep it down? It's a medical device. It's a
semen extractor.
And it's allowed on this plane.
So this device, which is available for around $6,000 on Alibaba.com.
Wait, you can export this?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
It's been used in Chinese hospitals for nearly a decade, but somehow was brought to the attention of Western internet users just this past week, who gazed upon it with both fear and fascination.
Because China didn't want it leaking, and then we would steal the idea.
Yeah, plus it would be messy if this thing leaked. Ugh. Someone's got to clean that up.
Ugh.
Now, what it does isn't really anything new. It's basically a motorized fleshlight type device, like many similar existing devices, though it's meant to be used while standing, which is a bit odd.
Yeah.
I mean, the height of the extractor nozzle area, the input, where you stick your dick, it does adjust depending on how tall the user is, kind of like those cameras when you're going through the TSA.
Yeah, there you go.
Except for your dick.
Perfect.
However, the adjustment range is it's like 5 inches. It's not that big. It definitely looks like short guys are probably going to need to stand on a phone book to use it, and tall guys, they're going to need to take half a knee. I don't know.
Well, wait till the American version comes out with a V8 engine in it. And, unrealistically tall, just to be like, I got the tall one because you...
Yeah. I mean, you can solve all these by, just picking it up and taking it into bed with you.
Yeah, just hold it. Embrace it.
Yeah.
What we need to do is make them lighter so you can embrace it and hold it like a lover.
Yes.
It's the only way.
Oh, it's also got a built-in tablet screen for playing pornography in case the mere sensation of getting sucked off by a robot isn't enough to bring you to climax. Oh, you need porn? This isn't enough?
Well,
I designed this robot to suck perfect dick.
I wonder what porns they have loaded into those machines.
I don't know. Probably really normal ones.
Yeah. As for why this exists and why it's been so widely adopted, it's not quite clear. I mean, early reviews probably were very good, and so they were like, people seem to like this.
Yeah, it feels great, but...
It sounds like Chinese hospitals just literally never thought of the idea of having a dedicated jerk-off room like hospitals here do. One of its inventors told Reuters, hospitals mostly use masturbation as their collection method without providing a venue or equipment. This makes collecting sperm on site very difficult. We invented an automatic sperm extractor, which is also user-friendly.
Well, I'd say that's a little more than friendly. Jeez.
It's got 5 speeds on it.
Oh.
It sounds like the way that this works is the doctor just wheels this very sexy, very sleek machine into the room and then just says he'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes.
Wink.
It's a good machine. They also say the machine is great for patients who feel reluctant to crank hog the old-fashioned way in a medical setting. We're not sure how those same bashful guys would find this mechanical option any less uncomfortable, because I would think that it would be more uncomfortable.
Yeah, instead of going off into the bathroom and just jerking off in a cup, I'm going to have you stand here in the middle of the room
and just let this thing do all the work.
While this robot Sucks you off. Totally
Yeah.
way more normal. Nothing to feel awkward about.
And I will shake your hand afterwards. That's the big thing.
Listen, I wouldn't have put this device in my office if I hadn't tested it myself. And every night I make sure it's properly calibrated.
Yeah, it's like an airplane. You have to make sure you have to do the checks every time before you use it, so the doctor has to test it out.
Yeah, you got to test out the goods. Anyways, when the time comes for the women of the world to finally declare war on men and just keep a select few of us around and alive for sperm extraction, this is the device that we're going to be hooked up to all day like dairy cows. And the reason our female overlords will use these machines in lieu of just fucking us the old-fashioned way is because in the future, every man's dick is going to be a disgusting, deformed abomination. Case in point, over in Papua New Guinea, they're in the midst of what might be an epidemic of dudes just absolutely destroying their dongs in the quest to make them larger.
Huh. Doctors over there, they recently spoke up about what they're calling a nationwide problem involving men injecting foreign substances like coconut oil, silicone, baby oil, and cooking oil directly into their dicks to make them bigger. Yeah, dangerous pseudoscientific amateur medicine. It's not just for North American Facebook moms anymore. It's gone global. And to be fair, many of these injections seem to have been provided by nurses, actual healthcare workers who your average person might just assume that they know what they're doing. These nurses, mostly men, seem to be doing these dick injections as a side gig to make more money.
It's the gig economy.
Gotta do what you gotta do to pay the bills.
Yeah.
If you want cooking oil inside your dick,
listen, you better you get it from me, a professional injector.
then one of those back alley dick
Then one of
injections.
Yes. Yes. Of course, injecting silicone or oil used for cooking into your penis, it does not in fact work.
Wait, what?
It might seem like it works at first thanks to all the swelling and the fact that your baby maker is now full of baby oil, but the end result, it sounds fucking horrifying. A doctor in the capital city of Port Moresby, who says that he deals with up to 7 of these cases per day, he told The Guardian, the bulk of them have abnormal, lumpy masses growing over the penis and sometimes involving the scrotum. A good number are coming in with ulcers. They eventually burst open. Some of them have difficulty urinating because the foreskin is so swollen it cannot contract. Predominantly, they regret what they have done.
Yeah, I would say so. I haven't even had any food recently, and I felt sick listening to that. So we warned you at the beginning of this episode. It's not our fault.
It's a great way to just completely mangle your penis.
No,
It's bigger, I guess.
He goes back to the nurse.
There's more scar tissue.
He's like, male nurse, what is wrong with my dick? And he's like, now it's ribbed for her pleasure.
Yeah.
Those are good because it stimulates.
All those bumps in random places.
The
she's
vagina.
gonna love it.
She's gonna love it.
She didn't love it.
No. And while all this is easy to blame on lack of education, that same doctor says that these bad dick injections, they span all social groups, and that several patients he's treated for this are educated and have respectable jobs, such as working in the legal profession. The age range for these patients is generally between 18 and 40, but he's treated many as young as 16 and as old as 55 for it.
The 16-year-olds, those are the only ones where I'm like, all right.
These kids are morons.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like something a 16-year-old would do.
Everyone's always walking around high school talking about their gigantic cocks. They're all lying.
Yeah.
But they make you feel less than.
Yeah.
And you gotta go fucking pull out some cooking oil and just get some olive oil in there and just jam it in.
Now we're cooking
Good,
with oil.
it's natural.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no chemicals. It's natural.
It's just
No chemicals.
olive oil from olives.
Just olive oil, yeah.
Yeah.
Natural.
Why would
Clean.
God put olives on the earth if he didn't want me to inject them directly into my penis?
Yeah.
That he made too small.
I know. Thanks, God.
Also, the doctor, he seems understandably annoyed by all of this. Being the only surgeon in his entire city specializing in penile surgery, he said this, there's cancer, there are other conditions that need treatment. It's a bit frustrating to see these cases when you have other people who deserve help and then these people are causing themselves harm. They do it to themselves. So yeah, don't inject shit into your penis.
Oh, yes, I'll become a doctor specializing in penis surgery. How bad could it be? 1 or 2 penis surgeries a year. And then, what's going on here?
You gotta do it the old-fashioned way with one of those giant pumps.
Get a turkey baster, stick it in your pee hole?
Those probably hurt your penis as well, I would imagine.
Don't do that. That sounds, ugh.
Just
God.
leave your dick alone.
Yeah, don't touch it.
Well, you can touch it, it's fine, but just don't
Wash
mess
your
with
penis.
it.
Wash it.
Don't mess with it. You jerk off, it's fine, or use one of the sex robots, but Don't abuse your penis.
Yeah. Stay on the outside. Don't go on the inside.
Use it. Your penis is like your eyeballs. You can use it. You need to use them.
Mm-hmm.
But don't go poking and prodding.
Yeah.
Not going to make it any better.
And speaking of genitalia, here's some news that's going to make all the zoophiles watching this very happy. Not only are dolphins some of the horniest creatures on Earth, and one of the few mammals that has sex for pleasure, but it turns out the female dolphin's clitoris, or clitoris, is remarkably similar to that of a human woman.
How'd they find it?
By God, they found it.
Feeling around in there.
And I guess now's time to issue a long overdue apology to Mr. Malcolm Brenner. Now, if that name's not ringing any bells, that's probably because the last time we talked about Malcolm Brenner was over 4 years ago in one of the very earliest episodes of Weekly Weird News on a channel that no longer exists.
Rip.
Thankfully, though, we've got the footage, so here's a quick trip down memory lane to a time when both of us were visibly younger.
Films like Dolphin Lover, a short documentary about Malcolm Brenner, who was a sophomore at New College of Florida in Sarasota. Oh my God, this is hitting really close to home. I used to go to parties at New College. He began a year-long sexual relationship with a dolphin named Dolly. Here's the actual poster for the movie.
Yeah, that's pretty descriptive right there. So Brenner previously told his story, albeit in a somewhat fictionalized form, in his 2009 novel, Wet Goddess.
Wow.
But now, with the help of some talented young filmmakers, he's telling his story just the way it happened.
He has no more shame left to give. So, great. In 1970, Brenner was asked to shoot some photos at a local amusement park for a children's book about the park's dolphin show. The name of that amusement park? You guessed it.
Florida Land.
Yup.
As part of his job, he was given lots of free time alone with the park's dolphins.
Uh-oh.
And one day, while petting a female dolphin named Dolly on the head and back, he says she came onto him, rolling over so that he could rub her dolphin vagina.
Wow. You know there's a King of the Hill episode where a dolphin rapes Hank Hill.
Well,
so
they
this
do it.
isn't, yeah, this happens.
It happens. Yes.
From there, an affair was born, I guess, and he would sneak off after closing time to fuck Dolly, which he describes as extraordinarily erotic. It's like being with a tiger or a bear. This is an animal that could kill you in 2 seconds if it wanted to. Wow!
That's
Holy shit!
Pretty erotic. So apparently in the documentary, which it's not available yet, but people have seen it, Brenner's description of fucking the dolphin is accompanied by a very tasteful CGI animated demonstration of how exactly that worked.
Can't wait to see it.
Which Brenner describes as beautiful and oddly accurate without being graphic or vulgar.
Wow, that's exactly how it happened. That's how I fucked that dolphin. Thank you for showing me all these. Technology has caught up with me. Great. If you're wondering why Brenner is telling his story without any fear for legal repercussions, it's because under Florida law, having sex with a dolphin, or any animal for that matter, only became illegal back in 2011. Woo! Way to go, Florida!
Brenner also just knows what true love is, and
Yeah.
he doesn't give a damn what you think. In his own words.
What is repulsive about a relationship where both partners feel and express love for each other? I know what I'm talking about here because after we made love, the dolphin put her snout on my shoulder, embraced me with her flippers, and we stared into each other's eyes for about a minute.
About a minute.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
enough.
That sounds like true love.
Yeah.
Whew. Time sucks. Anyways, you can find that and many of the other long-lost episodes on the YouTube channel of a true internet hero, Shawn Fox, or Faux. There's going to be a link down in the description. This person hit us up on Twitter and was like, hey, do you mind if I just upload all this stuff? I have all the backups. And I was like,
but we didn't tell you.
I can't legally say yes or no, but you're going to do what you're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
So do it.
This
if you
isn't
want.
legal advice.
Or don't. But they're there.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, we, like many others at the time, laughed and mocked and jeered at this man describing the passionate interspecies relationship that he had with a dolphin. But it sounds like he was right all along. And we were the weirdos.
Yeah.
Just kidding. It's still very fucking weird. But we do now know that Dolly the dolphin potentially loved this sex act.
Yeah, she
Potentially.
was into it the whole time. And the reason is dolphin clits aren't just similar to human clits, they're arguably even better at their job, thanks to the fact that they're located slightly lower, right at the entrance to the dolphin's vagina, and therefore it's in constant direct contact with the penis during penetration, as opposed to being just outside the vaginal opening, like on an inferior human woman's body.
Yeah, the dolphin is obviously evolved way further.
More highly evolved.
Yeah.
We're all going to be dolphins in 5,000 years.
Exactly.
Now, look, we're not here to say human men having sex with female dolphins is objectively better than human men having sex with human women. No, of course not.
No, Brenner said that.
We'd never say that. We're not endorsing this.
Absolutely not.
All we're saying is that female dolphins are constantly down to bone, and when they do, they have orgasms every single time. So use that information as you see fit. We won't tell anyone.
I will tell someone. If you tell me that you
Well,
did that, I will report it.
Don't tell me.
I will fucking report it. Don't fuck dolphins.
You can do it in Hawaii. Bestiality is still legal there.
Treat your dick with respect. That's the motto for this episode.
Women are just going to start getting dolphin clit surgeries. They have the doctor like just move their clit a little bit lower so they can get the true dolphin experience. And it's going to create another crisis of people with medical issues because they paid some back alley nurse to do the procedure for them. I'm calling it.
You can call it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be over here on the sidelines. Throwing red flags up.
I'm running out of flags here.
Yeah. Moving on now from forbidden pleasure to unspeakable, absolutely horrifying pain. Over in Taiwan, a young woman recently went to the doctor complaining of swelling and discomfort in one of her eyes. Probably nothing. Maybe just an eye infection. You get eyelash caught in there. It ruins your day.
Geez.
But when you live in a society with universal single-payer healthcare, you can just go to the doctor for things like this without having to decide between peace of mind or paying rent. And it's a good thing that she did because this was no simple eye infection. This woman had 4 tiny bees living under her eyelid, subsisting off of her tears.
Bees?
That's where all the bees went.
Not the bees. They were hiding in our eyes the whole time.
And drinking our tears.
It's pretty metal. Now, the idea of having 4 bees living in your face and not immediately being aware of it might sound preposterous, but let's be clear here. These weren't bumblebees. They're what's known as sweat bees, and they can be quite small compared to the bees that we're used to. These ones each measured around 3 or 4 millimeters long, which is tiny, but still seems big enough to be like, hey, I think there's bugs in my eye.
Yeah.
Anyway, these sweat bees, they have that name. They're named that because they really enjoy landing on sweaty humans and getting a nice salt lick.
Mm-hmm.
So when these 4 ended up in this woman's eye, which apparently happened while she was doing some gardening at a family member's grave, these bees, they hit the jackpot with the woman's tear ducts just providing a steady supply of the salty stuff that they crave.
Well, obviously still mourning her deceased family member at the cemetery, so she was...
It's perfect. This lady's sad.
That's why the bees were there. They're like, have you guys fucking seen this place?
The cemetery.
It's called a cemetery? There's so much fucking salt water. These humans, it's like crazy.
A buffet.
They walk into the place and it's all tears. Oh my God, it's amazing.
It's even better than the gym.
Yeah. Anyways, she got really, really lucky here. As a contact lens wearer, she avoided rubbing her eyes despite the discomfort. And it's a good thing that she didn't, because if she'd rubbed her eyes, it would have probably pissed these bees off and made them sting her eyeball with their venomous stingers, which would have almost certainly made her go permanently blind. So next time you want to rub your eyes, check for the bees.
Yeah, check for bees first.
Yeah.
Because,
apparently it's a problem.
But might end badly for you.
Do we have sweat bees here in America?
I think we do.
Oof.
So be careful out there. Always, when you leave the house, wear eye protection. So wear a big set of goggles.
Yeah, but it has to be like skin tight.
Yeah.
No, because they'll slip under if
Just
you don't.
only leave the house in a hazmat suit.
Mm-hmm. That's how we're going to have to live.
Yep. Anyways, also in weird science news, here's another callback to an old story we haven't checked in on a while. Dr. Sergio Canavero and his quest to perform the world's first ever human head transplant. Or technically body transplant. Who cares? Whatever. Pretty much the entire medical and scientific community thinks Canavero is going to get someone killed trying to do this. And the operation has been repeatedly delayed for the last 4 years. And now, the guy who originally agreed to be patient 0 for the procedure, a Russian man named Valery Spiridonov with a rare terminal muscle wasting disease, he's officially bowed out of the plan, saying that since he agreed to the procedure, he's now gotten married and had a kid, and he's sort of focused on that right now, so...
Maybe later.
Yeah.
Spiridonov, however, he still seems down with the idea of the head transplant surgery. He even says he might do it sometime down the line when his kid's a little bit older. He's just too busy right now. Who would have thought? Kids, they take up so much of your time. In addition to the kid, he also recently moved to Florida, where he's pursuing a degree while also running a business. He just can't squeeze the head transplant into his busy schedule right now. It happens. We get it.
Sorry, Doc. Got a lot going on.
For his part, Dr. Canavero, he says he's still got a long line of candidates for the procedure when it's ready to go. So, again, we're waiting here, just waiting and waiting and waiting to see this all play out exactly the way that we know it will.
Flawlessly, right?
Sure. Flawlessly.
Anyways, before we get into the headlines part of the show, it's time for a word from this week's sponsor, honey.
Something that bees love as well. They make it.
They make it. They make it for us.
Well, you gotta love what you make.
I think it's a fair trade. They give us honey, we give them tears.
It's fair.
Fine. So have you ever bought something online only to find out later that you missed a discount?
All the time.
God! Well, thanks to Honey, the free browser extension, you can always get the best price on 37,000 different sites without lifting a finger. Honey automatically goes to work whenever you shop online to find the best coupon codes available, and on Amazon, it compares the prices of every seller that carries whatever item you're looking at to make sure that you're getting the lowest possible price. It shows the best deal every time, even if Amazon doesn't.
Sneaky Amazon. It's basically like, it's like having your own personal shopping assistant. Honey is so easy, it feels like it's cheating, but it's not. It's just a smart, automated deal finder that gets us and millions of other shoppers out there the best price when they shop online, every single time. Add Honey to your browser with just 2 clicks and try it on basically any website that accepts coupon codes. There's a good chance that you're going to save some money that you didn't think you would.
More than 10 million people are using Honey to save money. They've got over 10,000 5-star reviews on the Google Chrome store, and Time Magazine says it's basically free money. There's really no reason not to use Honey, so next time you're shopping on Amazon or anywhere else online, don't wonder whether you found the best deal. Just add Honey and get the best price automatically. Shop with confidence. Add Honey for free at joinhoney.com/weird. That's joinhoney.com/weird.
Link below in the description.
Honey, the smart shopping assistant. Honey, the smart shopping assistant that helps save you time and money when you're shopping online.
I got 10% off of a StubHub ticket.
Yeah,
very recently.
I get deals with it all the time. It's crazy.
Yeah, and I don't gotta go searching. Anyways, let's move into headlines, starting with Florida man threatens to destroy everyone with army of turtles. And these are Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Not copyright though, because these are real Ninja Turtles.
The turtles happen to be ninjas, but you can't sue us. Yeah, sounds like this. He also was calling himself a saint. So probably not all there.
Yeah.
Maybe there's some
Well, how
difference.
big is his army of turtles?
I don't think he had any of the turtles with him at the time.
Theoretical turtles then.
Army of turtles sounds like a lot of turtles.
Sounds like a terrible band from the MySpace days.
Army of turtles.
People of Florida, rest easy. I don't think that you're going to be fighting off a turtle army, at least controlled by one man.
Yeah, I mean, even if you are, just jog away from them. They're not fast.
Slowly walk away.
Oh no, they're coming. All right, well, bye. Theft call leads to woman reportedly performing karate. Man exposing himself at Eau Claire Walmart.
Yeah, so this is just
They were mother and son too.
Yeah, all of the things combined in this story make it.
Yeah, so there was a dog involved too. This woman was like shoplifting with like a loose dog in the store. I don't know if the dog was allowed or not, but she got caught, and then she was like busting out karate moves, and then the dog got loose and then just started like destroying the racks, and then the cops showed up, and then the son, he was harassing customers, and then he got naked, and then
diversion.
And then the cops were like coming at him, and he like somehow got on a mobility scooter and tried to like run the cops over, but it didn't work.
Well, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
It goes like 5 miles an hour.
Well, I don't think any of these people were really thinking too much about
I think that
what they were doing.
Trying to get your mom out of a potential shoplifting
That's a good
charge
son.
by stripping naked to take attention away from her is a good plan.
This situation calls for a diversion, and I've got just the diversion.
Thump. There go the clothes.
Yeah. Well,
Where's Eau Claire?
Wisconsin. It's the cheese.
I prefer Eclairs. Delicious.
Eclair.
But they go straight to my hips.
They do.
Heinz Easter Surprise. Cadbury cream egg flavored mayonnaise.
This made me fucking like...
This is worse than hearing about the dicks with all the problems.
See, you hate mayonnaise.
I fucking hate it.
I like it in certain things.
Uh-huh.
And this made me gag. This made me feel nauseous when I read about it. Like, why?
Science has gone too far.
It's mayonnaise with like sugar and like little bits of like chocolate and vanilla flavor in it. It sounds horrifying.
I don't like Cadbury eggs in general.
Yeah,
anyway.
like you're taking two things that are like kind of shitty and combining them into just the worst thing ever. Like, I don't know why these two brands would agree to this, because it makes both of them seem even less appealing.
Yeah.
But the Heinz have been on that weird mayo kick. They got mayo chup or
Yeah, and Cranch.
Cranch.
I like the Cranch is cool. I wouldn't try it, but I like the name.
Mayo-stirred?
The name's great. Cranch.
Cranch?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
let us know if you've tried it and how it tastes, or don't.
I feel like they made this just so people, like YouTubers, would be like,
It's a
we're
marketing.
trying the Cadbury egg mayonnaise.
It's a marketing ploy.
Yeah, it's like when Jones Soda released like the Thanksgiving flavored sodas.
Or the Fallout soda.
That one actually tastes fine. The
I didn't try
Thanksgiving ones, it was like green beans, potatoes.
Yeah. Well, Jelly Belly does it all the time.
Yeah, that's another one.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Moving on. Africa's richest man withdrew $10 million just to look at it. I get it. It's fine.
Yeah, he explained it. He's like, I made my first $1 million, and it's like, at that point, it's all just, you don't see the money. It's over there in the bank. So I drove down to the bank, and I was like, just give me $1 million in cash, loaded it into my truck, took it home, just sat around with it for a day, and then I brought it back to the bank. And I'm like, all right, that's what $1 million looks like.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah. It's like how when people, there's a huge disconnect when talking about numbers, because it's like, when you hear like something's budgeted or whatever at like $1 billion or $10 billion, it doesn't make sense to people that how much money that actually fucking
it's a lot.
is. So I think when I was like really young and got like maybe my first tax return, I got it out in cash just to be like, look at it. So I get it.
Yeah, I appreciate physical money.
Yeah.
Seeing it spread out.
Mm-hmm.
Gives you some perspective.
Yeah, it makes you feel good.
If I was an African millionaire, you bet your ass, I would be withdrawing that just for fun, just to play around with it, just to lay in it. Man dressed as pirate wearing Make America Great Again hat arrested after San Francisco sword attack.
Was the Make America Great Again hat like a pirate hat version of the thing, or was he wearing it on top?
So it sounds like he was wearing like a vest and a puffy shirt and then a MAGA hat on his head. So the pirate thing, it's just that.
Implied or like, yeah.
And the MAGA guy, it sounds like he wasn't in the right or the wrong. He was in San Francisco. Someone knocked his MAGA hat off, and he happened to be carrying a sword, so he struck back and nearly severed the man's hand.
Well, you don't fight back with a sword.
A little bit disproportionate.
But certainly the person that knocked the hat off is also in the wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, you shouldn't knock people's hats off.
Yeah.
But also, you shouldn't try to sever people's hands if they do try to knock your hat off. It's just a little bit disproportionate.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
sure.
Yeah.
Canadian family drives home with father's dead body in backseat to avoid U.S. healthcare costs.
This is fucking horrible. They had to drive all the way from Florida.
Oh.
They were on vacation in Florida with Granddad. Granddad had a heart attack, and they're just like, wait, it costs how much to take this body just down to be declared dead at the hospital and then shipped back home? And they're like, nah, fuck this. We're driving. So they took a 2-day car trip.
They should have done it like National Lampoon and put them on the roof. Yeah.
Was that Little Miss Sunshine that did this with Alan Arkin's body? But yeah, they got to the border crossing and the Mounties were like, what do you got back there? And they're like,
Canadian citizen.
long ass story for you. Look.
Did they get in trouble?
It sounds, so the cops opened an investigation. It sounds like they'll be fine. Because I'm sure if anything, the Canadian law enforcement, they're like, oh, it's going to cost that much? Oh yeah.
Come on in.
There's savages down there.
Yeah.
No respect.
Welcome home.
Yeah. But yeah, pretty awkward. Just pretty shitty situation all around.
Yeah.
My dad's dead, and now I have to drive his body 2,000 miles to get home.
At least it wasn't like in the middle of summer. That would be way worse. Because you can make that trip in a couple of days if you stop to sleep. If you don't stop to sleep, pull an all-nighter, get there. Not too bad.
Yeah.
Texas lawmakers consider death penalty for abortion. Because that makes sense.
I'm so pro-life that I'm pro-death.
Yeah. I'll show you how pro-life I am. I'll fucking kill you. Yeah, this is bad, dumb. Hopefully it isn't considered for long.
Well, I wouldn't put it past him.
Austin, pack up your city and get out.
Yeah. Austin, what was that movie no one saw? Mortal Engines. Austin should just Mortal Engines themselves somewhere else.
Yeah. Hey, but we'll be in Austin. RTX 2019 in
I
July.
love Austin.
Yeah.
The larger Texas state, I'll take it or leave it. But Austin, cool with
There's
me.
some great parts of Texas, but there's the representatives aren't so great.
Yeah. These ones especially.
Moving on.
Like, you're gonna fucking... a woman who gets an abortion is like, all right,
fucking kill her?
The electric chair. Like, what the fuck are you... No! God damn it.
Yeah. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Sounds like it's just a bunch of fucking chest pounding.
Yeah, if it is trolling, that's even worse. Like, I'd appreciate if the people in charge of,
Actually
the
making
law,
laws.
like, actually spent their time being serious instead of trolling. But if it's real, that's also stupid.
Yes.
Anyways, deputies surround burglar in Oregon home, find out suspect is Roomba trapped in the bathroom. This lady, she got home and
she thought it was a burglar?
It sounds like the Roomba had run its normal cycle. It had gone in the bathroom and then bumped the door shut.
Yeah.
And then
So she get out?
She comes home and she's like hearing noises in the bathroom. The door's locked. I don't know how that happened, but she's hearing noises in there. She looks under, she can see something moving, and she's like, "There's a fucking burglar in my house. He's in the bathroom. He's banging around." And they call a bunch of cops. Like, they all show up like full force. They're yelling like. And it turns out it was just a Roomba. So they busted the door down. They shot it like 4 or 5 times.
Made sure the Roomba was dead.
They did not shoot it in this case.
Yeah.
Great restraint, deputies.
Yes.
Cool.
Forcing a smile for customers linked with more drinking after work.
Yeah, this was a study that just tells me something. I already fucking knew from being alive.
Acting happy makes you depressed. Although I thought it was the other way around. It was like there's other studies or whatever that say that like if you fake laughter or fake a smile, it actually makes you feel better. But this seems like...
I mean, like maybe like once or twice. If you have to spend 8 hours of your day just being like, have a great day, even though you're fucking treating me like shit and asking for the manager. And
yeah,
like,
I would think that this is like, I get the forcing a smile part, but this is kind of just dealing with people and having to stay positive.
Well,
being forced to stay positive.
Our customer service is very weird. You go to like pretty much any other country and it's like, they're not rude necessarily. They're just not like...
They don't care.
Crazy polite. They're doing a job. Like, they're not obligated to be like, hello, hi, how can I help you? Hope you're having a wonderful day. And then like the second... Like, the worst is like, so people have come to expect that so much here in America where like, if a fucking waitress or a cashier...
It's just normal.
They're like, oh,
what's wrong?
God.
What is
so
wrong?
rude.
Yeah.
And they get people fucking fired for that. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
So it'd be cool if employers saw this study and were like, hey, maybe we're driving people to alcoholism by forcing them to be way more positive and like anytime someone puts a tip in the tip jar, making my whole staff sing to them, probably dehumanizing and contributing to depression and things like that.
Yeah.
It'd be great if they thought about it.
If you work at Chili's or Applebee's, you got to put on your flare. You got to put a thing that says, "I'm not sad. I just don't care." That way, everyone knows.
Yeah. Suspected rhino poacher in South Africa killed by an elephant, eaten by a pack of lions.
Cool.
Just in time for the Lion King. This is the Lion King I would watch. It's all the animals teaming up to be like,
to kill
no,
bad humans.
no.
Yeah.
There's like 5 rhinos left. Their horns are made out of keratin. It's the same shit in your fucking fingernails. God damn it.
Eat your fingernails.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
Just cut out everyone's fingernails, grind that shit up, send it off to Vietnam for like $5,000 a pound. They won't know the difference. They won't know.
Nope.
I feel kind of bad for because the guy who got eaten. It sounds like he was just like dirt poor, looking for a quick buck. But like I don't know if it's between like an extremely poor, desperate man and an animal that is like on the verge of extinction. I'm gonna choose the animal.
Well, he didn't have to because the animals chose in this scenario.
That's true.
So, hey,
Good
don't
to hear
worry
that
about it.
the elephants and the lions, they got the rhinos back though.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Justice in the animal kingdom. 2 students accused of jamming school's Wi-Fi network to avoid tests. Brilliant.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, wow, if you
put a lot of work into
you put a lot of effort into cheating. If you put that effort into studying, you probably do all right.
But on the same hand, it's like at least they're interested in something enough to exploit it. Where like that's, I did a lot of stuff when I was younger that ended up turning out just fine. Like my parents certainly thought I was wasting time like making skate videos and doing, dumb videos with my friends, and that turned out okay. And I spent a ton of time learning how to do websites for like bands I was in and friends' bands.
Internet is never gonna catch on.
And that was the thing, was like I made websites for a while and did like social media marketing and stuff like that. So it's like, if they're that interested in doing something like this, although I don't know how easy or hard it was, schools.
I think they just used an app.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's.
I think the school probably just had really shitty Wi-Fi, like encryption.
Schools, they're not really the best at in the IT department.
Can't imagine they're paying those IT guys a whole lot.
But hey, you know what? It's cool. It's they just focus on something though that you're gonna do well.
The only way they would have gotten caught for this either was by fucking running their mouth about it.
Oh well, yeah. Like
this, you could.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome. It's our fault that.
Yeah, that's the only reason this fell apart for them. Like if
So
they had just shut their fucking mouth.
The tests were the internet based. Like it was like.
Yeah, it sounds like, I don't know if this is normal, but it sounds like their whole like class, like everything, it's all through like laptops and tablets. Like even the tests, which seems like something you should be able to download for offline play. But
whatever happened to getting the old number 2 pencil out and filling out that Scantron?
Filling out the old Scantron. Back in my day.
I miss the old school. That's why they call it old school.
I miss carrying around 40 pounds of books on my spine.
Tiny backpack.
My growing, malformed spine. Just because I didn't have enough time between
classes. And paying
classes.
for the privilege.
Yeah.
Buying the books.
Buying the books for $100 a piece, selling them for $10 a piece, as you do.
Yes. The good old days. It built character.
Well, at least back then you could sell the books. Now it's like, they have like one-time use codes on them. Yeah. The whole textbook industry is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I'm just glad I'm not a child anymore.
And by child, again, we mean like 0 to 25.
Anyone younger than me.
Anyone younger than me is a kid, whenever we say it. Bald eagles are stealing trash from a Seattle landfill and dropping it in the suburbs. Damn bald eagles.
It's very American. Like,
well, as we've explained before, the bald eagle is kind of a dickhead.
Yeah, they're basically like bottom feeders. They're very lazy.
They steal other animals' kills.
Yeah, but in this case, I like to think they're trying to send a message about wastefulness. Like, America, you can't just throw all your trash in this landfill.
No, they're doing it
This is your trash.
Because Seattle's a liberal hellhole.
Yeah. Trump was like, what if we released all the eagles that steal trash into the liberal cities?
Yeah. There's a real story attached to that is very bad. And you'll go find it.
Yeah.
Baseball field closed due to poor decision to douse it in gas, set it on fire.
Yeah, it was, little leagues gathered around on like Saturday to play their game, and someone, they're not sure who, was like, this grass is really wet. It rained last night. You know what would be great at drying up the grass?
Some fire?
If I doused the field in gasoline and set it on fire, just for a little bit.
I feel like this isn't the first time we've had a story where someone has like used burning the entire thing down as a way to like fix something.
And now it's dry.
Sure, it was dry afterwards.
Yeah. It killed all the grass, and now they're like, it's going to cost thousands of dollars to get reseeded.
Did they find the person who put the gas and lit the fire?
They haven't figured that out. I think it's probably like all the dads on one little league team are like, no one fucking talks. We all go down together for this one.
Yeah. Anyone says a word, no one gets pizza.
No one. No one gets orange slices. No one gets pizza.
Take it to your grave.
Loose lips sink ships.
Yeah. Anyways, that's it for Weekly Weird News this week. Thanks for joining us. If you want to support the show, check out our sponsors or go to our Patreon. Links are below in the description. And check out some of our other episodes from this week. We got a brand new episode of News Dump talking about all that Disney Plus stuff. And a brand new episode of Tech News Day. So check that stuff out and have a great weekend.
Bye-bye.